Have you guys seen The Servant before? I love this show over on Apple TV Plus. M. Night Shyamalan, one of his better things I think he's ever done. I mean, he was writing it, he directs in it too, not every episode, but now he's being sued. The trial actually started on Tuesday over allegations that he copied the independent film to make this Apple TV Plus series for Apple. Again, on top of that too, The Servant, which The Servant, again, it's a crazy show. It's like psychological thriller. It's about a mother who actually she loses her baby. They give her one of those dolls, right? And then she starts believing that the doll is actually alive. But really what it comes down to, if you ask me, this whole thing is about kind of like heaven and hell. It seems like the Satan's involved, maybe the devil. There's like a pit to the hell in the bottom of their house building up. There's a lot of themes in here that are about, about Christianity, about, again, Satan, about how you believe in things, about religion. There's a lot of levels here. But now Francesca Giovanni came forward, who is an Italian-born director, and saying that she's suing them for $81 million. They're suing Netflix, not Netflix, Apple TV Plus, and suing M. Night Shyamalan, saying that they actually stole all their ideas and the premise of that from their movie, The Truth About Emmanuel, and arguing that, honestly, that the whole plot for that movie is a delusional mother who cares for a doll as though it's a real baby, and a nanny who's complicit in the delusion, right? And so they're saying without that movie, there would be no Servant. And I don't know if I believe that. I mean, a lot of these people get these are a thing. These dolls are a thing, right? Where you get these dolls that are supposed to help you cope with it. And that's what they're trying to say for the defense, that yes, this is something you have all the time. Apple's saying this is ridiculous. Again, M. Night's saying this is ridiculous too. They're trying to get the whole case thrown out, but they couldn't. And they actually tried to sue one time before, back in January of 2020. And the federal judge initially threw out the case and said no. But now after a few months later, it was revived in the Ninth Circuit Court. And then the appeals went through, and now it's finally gone to court, and we'll have to see $81 million. Yeah. Hey, honestly, it's a cool freaking show. It really is a cool show, Logan. I think you could like it a lot. And I'm super excited to see how this actually develops, because The Servant is a crazy good show. They did I think it was 3 or 4 seasons, and it's actually very well done, tasteful, cinematography, to the story, to the plot, to the acting. Sometimes in M. Night shooting, it's a little bit weird, of course, but it's cool. I enjoy it a lot. Anybody ever see this? That's my question. Anybody ever see this too? Trevor or GR? You haven't seen this?
No.
Okay, well, the plot itself, too, I'm going to say the plot itself, again, a delusional mother, she got this baby, and then this nanny comes in, and she's held with delusion. Is that enough to say that this is ripping this movie off, that it should be sued for $81 million? That's my case, and I'm going to bring it over to Trevor fast. Trevor, I'm putting you on the stand, man. I'm putting you on the stand. I want the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you, Trevor. And give me the truth now. Do you think this is a good lawsuit? Will M. Night lose everything over this? Tell me the truth.
Well, okay. So I don't feel like I have enough information to make a call here. All I have is the one link that you sent me that I read through, and it's I feel sorry, from what little I have, I feel like it's complex. I can see it from either angle. It's I don't want to root for Apple, the big company, over a small indie film producer, but also this lawsuit seems tenuous at best. It doesn't seem like there's enough specific. It's they just have the concept of the baby and someone getting attached to it, which seems to me is probably a thing that happens in real life constantly. I don't think that creators like Shyamalan, writers should have to live in fear of the thought that somebody else has used an idea like this before and then not make their thing. I think that's stupid. But also if they did copy a bunch of things from a small indie film and then bring it to a big network to make a big budget version of it, that's also shitty.
Very shitty, yeah.
So it's it seems like there could be some validity to it, or there could be no validity to it. I just don't have enough information. I can see it from both angles. I feel like the suit itself could theoretically set a dangerous precedent for artists and writers in general, depending on which way it goes. So I guess I'm really interested to see how this turns out. The only other thing that I really wanted to bring up from the article is there was a part in there where they were talking about how both Francesca, what was her last name? The director, Francesca.
Yeah, I'm gonna butcher your name again if I say it again. I will say it for you. Okay, here we go. Francesca Gregorini.
Okay,
Giorrini? Maybe it's Giorrini because it's Italian.
Giorrini sounds, that sounds closer probably. But the director, the lawyers were trying to go between like Francesca Girini and M. Night Shyamalan and like show that they're both from like really like humble backgrounds and like they both like clawed their way up in Hollywood or whatever, and that the other person is like an industry nepo baby or whatever. And I'm like, why is this relevant to the lawsuit? Like, can we stick with the content of the show and the movie and like determine if there was actual plagiarism? Like, I don't see what either of their backgrounds has anything to do with this. So that's my hot take is like, can we stick to the actual case?
Yeah, I know. It has nothing to do with that, really. And I just think, like, it's just, like, I watched The Servant. It's a really gripping show, too. I'm going to go back and watch the movie now because I was just shocked that after all this time, too, it's been done since 2018, something like that, 2019. It's been a while, and it was a really great show. And I'm just like, and it was so different because it's all about religion. It wasn't really even about the doll. The doll is there. It's a thing. You know, they bring a nanny in. But you're right, when it comes to art, like, that's just an initial plot point. Okay, here's how it starts. And then the story goes this direction. Now, if it was about, like, a person who brings in a religious person who was from a cult that, again, was maybe honoring the devil and then going after the devil and then trying to honor the devil and make a whole like love baby based off the demon, then maybe I'd say this is the same thing. You know what I mean? But if you're not getting any kind of Christianity, religion, or anything like that, yeah, Shamalama Ding Dong, I know, Queen. Then it's different. It's a different plot. I mean, we gotta have some liberties here. It happens with music too. We have these lawsuits for music all the time, so we gotta see. Because I'm right about that too, Trevor. About again, if it will ruin people from being just creative. That's like, a problem.
I mean, can you imagine if the rights holders for Flash Gordon had sued George Lucas over Star Wars? Like, we need latitude for creativity.
We do. We definitely do. I love that. Angela, what do you think about this? Okay, so M. Night's show is being this lawsuits going on over The Servant. Did you ever see The Servant? I feel like this is a show that people have not watched.
No,
people have not watched this show. But The Servant, it's about a woman who's a delusional girl. She loses her baby. She actually, I don't want to give that. I don't think we have that spoiler away. But she loses her baby, and then they hire a nanny. I'm just saying, I'm not going to give that spoiler. But there's a spoiler there I almost gave away. But she brings this nanny in. She's super religious. It becomes a lot of themes of Christianity, a lot of themes about the devil means to people, and it's very fascinating. It's all about really religion, if you ask me. But the main plot point while they're suing them is over again the baby doll, and then bringing a nanny in to be a part of that delusion. Does that seem like Trevor was saying that could be a thing where it's like, okay, there's some liberties there with, of course, creativeness, right? Do you think that that's going too far? You think these liberties are... I mean, this is crazy to me. To me, it just seems nuts to me. It seems like you're just trying to sue somebody.
They're suing over the baby or the
doll? Yeah, over the use of a baby doll and bringing a nanny in to have this delusion. They're suing over that, but the rest of the plot is totally different. Okay. So it's like, do you think that, like, M. Night is a kind of person, like Apple is another person? They've had lawsuits, though, too. Is this going to set an unprecedented, example for moving forward for creative liberties?
Well, I mean, I guess it can, obviously. I mean, I think in terms of like if it's a creepy show and it's like, I mean, if the story is about having some kind of nanny in it with a baby doll, I mean, we see a lot of those happen. Like there was one in Beetlejuice, like a creepy baby Beetlejuice that was like, and I know there's not like one like it in a lot of other shows, but there, you know what I mean? There's stuff that's sort of, it's creative. It's similar in some ways. Yeah. They're creepy. They're going to pop up in these movies and these shows. Like, I don't know. I mean, in terms of like, I don't know the whole background on this thing. So I guess I don't really know. Is this a baby that was like from something else? Like that they, So just give me a little bit more information about this.
Yeah, like the idea is, they have a child and the baby dies unexpectedly. And then what happens is because she's having such a hard time, psychological breakdown, they bring in a fake baby, a doll,
Okay.
And she starts to think the baby's actually alive. And everyone starts buying into the whole idea that the baby's alive, pretending the baby's alive. They bring in a nanny too to try to help her. It's all part of the delusion. The nannies help take care of the baby. But all of a sudden the baby's actually alive in the movie or in the show. The baby's actually alive. And then you're like not sure what's happening. Is it someone else's soul? Is it her child? Is she using religion? Is she using the devil to bring the child back to life? It goes into a whole different direction, you know, as opposed to like the idea for this other movie was just the idea of using a baby doll for, again, delusion. I don't know. I mean, there's definitely a tie-in here, but I'm just worried about what it means for the business, because this is, like Trevor said, though, too, if it's going Big Apple, the Big Apple is stealing this idea, then, of course, make them pay some money. But this is a big lawsuit, $81 million.
Yeah, that's a big lawsuit. I mean, of course, like, I kind of stand with Trevor on that. If you're stealing something essentially from somewhere else that you know is something you shouldn't be doing with this, then yeah, I mean, copyright, that's already, that's over with, then go for it. Take this lawsuit and run with it.
I'm intrigued though that it was thrown out one time and we're going back to court too. So and it put some red flags up. Thirsty Daddy, you're kind of quiet here, man. What do you think, GR? Have you watched The Servant? And do you think this is again? Oh, I'm giving some fireworks, GR. Do you think that this will have any kind of change in the business at all, GR?
Hell no. I mean, this has been going on since they started making the first silent movie back in the Dark Ages. People get the same ideas. I mean, you can go even in the technical world. I mean, people were going, "Oh, that's a great idea. I'll make a telephone." There were 3 patents filed on the same day for a telephone.
Yeah, well, there you go. And whoever got the first one in wins, right?
No, actually, it didn't.
Oh, well, there you go.
But anyway, the point is, we don't know. I've never seen either the movie or the series. And they're going to get copies going on. You got to take a piece of this. The premise of this movie is a 5150 with a doll.
5150.
You don't know that? Yeah,
I know you've said this before.
Person.
Oh yeah, crazy
it's
person with a doll.
psychiatric hold.
It's a fascinating. I love The Servant. It's a great show. It's very interesting. It makes me want to go back and watch that movie now and see an independent film. Is it that like similar? I mean, I don't know. If it is, then I'm gonna be like all about
Italian, it. Though, Brian.
Yes. What?
You have to speak Italian. It's not no subtitles.
Oh, there you go. Well, there you go. Then that's gonna be tough to watch. I just think that I'm excited about. I want to see like how it develops. I think it can have an impact on the business, and I think that you would think that Apple would have vetted this beforehand, but then look at Netflix with the whole like baby reindeer thing too. That blew up, and that have another massive lawsuit there too. So you just never know, because again they're still dealing with defamation.
Sometimes they don't really do their clearances. I mean, they kind of just. If they can't figure, I mean, it happens a lot where they don't really fully know. They think they're sort of okay, and then they just throw it in the legal department to be able to deal with it.
You gotta
deal with this.
Damn home.
Fix it now.
Yeah, it's like a tiny scratch. We'll just put some, we'll put some like spackle on it and.
We'll put some Metamucil on that, and it'll be okay.
The internal legal teams and external are just like they're the spackle, and they're the, just throw it over there. We didn't do our homework, but it's fine.
I was supposed to say, guys,
1 million between friends,
right? And watch The Servant. Just watch The Servant. That's all I'm saying. If you haven't seen it, go back and check it out because I love it. It's such a good show.
Yo, player, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe and hit the bell to be notified when we are live. And if you are able to join our Patreon, please join. Because the Pepestar needs more snickety snacks. Because I'm hungry. Holla back. Love y'all.